Hi there and welcome to my video. Today we are going to make some jelly prints using two different plates. This is my 8x10 and I also have a 5x7 helper plate that I'm going to use. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. I am going to use some leaves today that I collected from my backyard because they are bright and green and flourishing, and I really wanted to do botanical series. So I am using my 8x10 gel plate and what I call a helper plate on the side. Here are some stencils that I picked out, just kind of a botanical theme, trees and leaves that I thought would be fun to use. Probably not going to use all of them, but these are the ones that I just kind of picked out when I was looking through my stencils. These are the colors that I'm using, some light aqua, some light olive. Payne's Gray is this one. I really like using Payne's Gray as kind of the base because it gives me like a nice foundation. One of the things that's really important when you're jelly printing is if you're doing different layers and you are using stencils, you want to make sure that you're using a darker color first and then lighter colors as you go, because the darker color is going to be the first color that you see when you pull the print off, and then the lighter colors will be underneath. So it does take a little practice of kind of playing around with the order of colors, and you kind of figure out your own method and how you like things turning out. So I did put down some leaves just to kind of start off with, and I am pulling off this first layer of paint with the leaves down on the plate. So it gives an imprint, as you can see. And then when you take the leaves off, it shows the actual texture and lines of the leaves, which I absolutely love. So I'm just letting that dry on the left side, and I'm just kind of playing around with the helper plate. It's a great way to create extra prints on the side while you're busy waiting for something to dry. You do have to let that first layer dry, or else everything's going to turn into a mishmashy color. So I'm just kind of pulling up some of the patterns from these stencils onto the other print that I just made. And this is where jelly printing gets fun. You can kind of just experiment and play with all the different patterns and the colors and what you like. I make these jelly prints to use in my art. I use them in my daily art practice. I make an index card a day, and I also use them in my collage. So this is a light aqua color that I'm just kind of putting randomly in areas, and then this is a light olive green. I love the combination of these two colors. They go nicely together, and they can kind of stand separately or layer on top of each other. Here I'm just putting the paper down and letting it pull those layers of paint up. There's a little movie magic here. I did wait a few minutes to let it dry. And then we see our first print, which I love. I love seeing the actual lines of the leaves come through. So I wanted to make a little bit of a different color for this next print. And the Payne's Gray with the light olive kind of creates a darker green color, which is really nice. And just layering on the leaves, not in any certain order, but just in a way that I think would be interesting for a print. And again, it's all preference. These are prints that I'm going to use. I probably use them more in sections than as one unit. So I try to create little areas of interest. And it's fun to experiment with the leaves. You see which side kind of creates more lines that you like, or which leaves are actually more your style. So just putting down the other print and pulling up some of this green. So you can have a lot of fun with jelly prints, just experimenting with different patterns and colors. And this just serves a purpose to get that layer of paint off the jelly plate because eventually I want to do that other layer of leaves, another print. So it's just an interesting way to kind of create different patterns on the paper. And it's a lot of experimenting. You can't get too fussy with it because each time the print turns out differently. So you can come up with some formulas to create prints in a way that you like, but a lot of it is just letting go and giving way to the process. So this is raw umber that I'm using, and this is like a light gold and then fluorescent pink. These are some of my favorite colors lately. I do love combining the fluorescent pink and the gold because it kind of gives a little shimmer and lessens the impact of the fluorescent pink. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. And then just adding a little raw umber, it kind of makes it more of like a rose. But it's a fun combination to use. So just putting a layer down so I can pull up these leaves as well for a print. And here's a little light olive green. Again, we're waiting probably like 2 or 3 minutes in between the pull, just so that you could see the reality of it. This print came out beautiful. I love the colors in this one, and just the detail is really nice. So a little more gold on the helper plate with the brown. It's the raw umber. And the helper plate is really fun to use because it creates its own little images and interesting color combinations. So now I'm going to use these stencils, just kind of playing with the whole botanical theme. These are tree stencils that I really love to use. And I'm using that other print that I kind of pulled just a little detail off the plate and blending them together. Here we have Naples yellow. And I'm just going to blend that a little with the green. It's the light olive green. And again, you want to think about the layers that you're creating when you're using the jelly plate. The first layer you put down is the first layer you will see on your print. So this I'm just creating a little interest by using a leaf stencil kind of in and around the trees and just kind of having fun with it. As you use the jelly plate more and more, you learn what layers work and what don't. I sometimes even still have some mess ups where I use a lighter layer first, a lighter color, and then try to put a darker color on top of it. And it doesn't always work, especially if you don't let it dry in between the layers. So here I'm just combining the fluorescent and gold again and just creating more of a pink rather than so much of the raw umber with it. It does change color. I just really love how this gold lightens up the pink. Just gives it a really pretty glow on any background. So again, just letting it dry for probably 2 or 3 minutes, and then here's the pull. Just a really pretty rosy glow. For this next part, I just wanted to experiment a little more with the stencil. A lot of times I'll put color down first and then put the stencil on top and take off the color. But for this one, I wanted to apply the color to the stencil just to kind of play around with it, see how it came out. So I'm just literally rolling right over it to give the imprint and not really worrying about it matching up, but just kind of putting down some interesting shapes and overall pattern to the gel plate. So for the second layer, I'm just kind of putting some feathers down, and I added a little pink to the original Naples yellow and light green. Actually, it was Naples yellow and titanium white. I lightened it up a little. So just having fun with the feathers and the leaves. And again, these are collage papers I'm trying to create for my own practice that I know I'll use and the colors that I'll use. So I don't really play around with real dark colors. And this was the light aqua mixed with a little titanium white. So we're just going to put the paper down, let it dry for 2 to 3 minutes, and then pull it up. This was a little bit more subtle, but I do like it. There's a beautiful rosy glow to the feathers. So here we are, the prints that I made. Very easy and quick. Thanks so much for following along today. I hope you enjoyed this process. And here are 2 more jelly printing videos that might interest you. Thanks again for being here, and I hope to see you again soon.